It's hot. So, today, I don't know why I wanted to do it, but I'm going over gun stuff again. Kind of getting back to what the channel started off as. And I think today I'll be kind of going over what someone like me, noob, would or had is the progression from first rifle to rifle you have now. And I think that most people, you can leave it in the comments if you agree or if you have a similar situation, most people can kind of talk and have a very similar progress from first rifle to the rifle they have now. So I guess I'll take it all the way back to 2019, end of 2019. End of 2019, I had just graduated high school. I was going to college, still at home, had not actually transferred to college yet. This was right in the mix where the big cough and riot season were starting to take off on a large scale. Also had been watching a lot of OG gun tubers, guys that you might have watched before that you really enjoyed. Some of them I still watch now sometimes. Some of them I don't really watch as much anymore. Not that I hate their content or not that their content's terrible. It's just that it's not for me. So in all of the watching videos and getting information, I was absolutely convinced my first gun would be a shotgun. And I did. And it was an Remington 870 26-inch barrel 5-shot model, short tube. And I love that gun. I've sold it recently, but I had it for a long time. I shot it a lot. It worked fine. Sadly, it was the end of Remington's major production era, and very, very bad bluing process. The thing rusted like crazy with very, very little environmental impact at all. You could go outside in the light mist when it was cold outside, come back in, leave it for a day with the after wiping it down, and lo and behold, you'd have rust on your barrel. So other than that, it was a decent firearm. Not terribly long after that, and excuse me if some of this is kind of off because my memory is very bad. 4 concussions will do that to you. So I want to say that about a year after I bought the shotgun, the rifle came. And yes, you can make fun of me all you want for it. I don't care. I liked it. I still like it. And I honestly would recommend it to people if you want to get a decent firearm, completely built out in the same vein as stuff like M&Ps and things like that, or even Palmetto State Armory rifles. I would say that the Springfield Saint, the OG Saint, like M4 style Saint, is a very, very good gun. Mid-length gas system, 16-inch barrel, A2 birdcage, BCM or B5 furniture on it. I had it for a while. First thing I got for it was a Viking, I believe it was a Viking Tactics sling. Worked really good. Didn't have any issues with it. Not my favorite sling after using it for a long time, but it was a decent sling. It was good to start off with. And I believe there's even a picture that I have on my Instagram going back to 2022, over 2 years ago, that shows my OG kit. OG kit being ATS triple mag compact chest rig, which those things are great. I'd recommend anyone, if you want to get your first chest rig, go grab one of those. You can add more mags to it. You got 2 pouches. You can also add extra pouches to it. You can do danglers with it. Really good little setup if you want something cheap and you want something that's already ready to go. And then obviously I had my rifle. Now, I don't have any pictures of it with it, but my original rifle had an Insight. That's going to tell you everything you need to know about some of the stuff that I was watching, and I was like, oh, that's a cool light. It's pretty cheap. Then I realized why it was so cheap. Not because they're crap lights. They're just very, very bad ergonomically. They don't work that well. I don't like them that much now after using Streamlights, but kind of where it was at. So by the end of it, it was a painted Springfield Saint with a Streamlight ProTac HLX. Next variation was 16-inch BCM. I should say, actually, so final before the next major upgrade, I ended up buying a Aimpoint Duty RDS. Used it on the 154 mount for a while. Worked fine. I still have it. It's the same red dot I got on my gun now. The next major upgrade that I made was I bought a 16-inch M-Lock extra lightweight profile barrel upper from BCM, my first BCM product. And it is one of my favorite things I've bought. I trained with that the most, and I've even used it up to very, very recently. It is no longer in my hands. I sent it off and am currently waiting for it to be bought at a local gun shop. But that was kind of the next major upgrade, was a 16-inch BCM with the original lower. And I used that gun for just about everything. And then I started off with it having a red dot. For some reason, and then I switched to a 2.5 to 10 with no red dot. Primary arms, I believe it was the GLX model. Very decent scope for the money. Got it in a ScalarWorks mount. It didn't take me long to realize I really didn't need that setup. It was not necessary for what I was doing. And I will get back to that and that specific understanding later on in the video. And so after I got rid of the rifle scope, went back to a red dot. And you can kind of see, like I said, Instagram is kind of helping me as of now to see where my progression of the rifle kind of went. I sold the scope, got rid of it, and ended up putting my red dot back on the gun. So in between all this, I've kind of messed around with different red dots. Got a magnifier for my rifle. I'm with this bad boy now. This is the 12.5. Already done a video with it. It has the Mark II BCM lower, which I really like these. They're decent lowers. They got a really cool recoil system in it. Basically just an A5 system, but BCM's brand. As you can see, magnifier on it now too. Changed around the setup. Got one of the brand new ProTac HLX's Pro models. Really, really cool light. Need to paint it. Got a set of irons on here now finally. PRI front, Troy rear. This is basically what I have now. This is my main rifle. This is the gun that I use the most. Pretty soon, just as a sneak peek, I will be doing another video talking about some hunting stuff, including this ammo right here. So I'll say to anyone who watches this video, what are the main takeaways? The main takeaway is, don't do what I did. Start off with something simple. There's a couple recommendations I'll give. Start off with the Springfield Saint. It's a great gun. I used it a lot. I didn't have any major issues with it. Some other people might have, but as a one-of-one user, I never had any issues with mine, and I've heard decent reviews of them. It's a good option if you want to start off with something a little bit nicer. You could also go straight to something like a full BCM build. Stick between your 14.5 and 16-inch lengths. If you're okay with going with a pistol or SBRing it, go with a 12.5. Or go with something just short, or even you can do a pin and weld 13.7. I used to make fun of them, but after seeing the way that suppressors have gone now, with as many people have them, and understanding why you would want to do a pin and weld, it makes sense. But a couple of takeaways that I'll say in this video. The main thing is you want to build for a purpose. If you just grab a gun and you don't know what you're going to do with it, you're going to kind of put everything on there, mess around with it, take different scopes on, put different scopes, or you're going to put stuff on, take stuff off constantly. You're never going to have the same gun. You're never going to consistently train with the same gun, and it's going to make it hard for you to get good with the rifle you have. So your purpose might be to build a precision rifle, an 18-inch or 20-inch AR-15 with a 2-20 scope, and you're going to be shooting 77 grain OTMs or tip match kings out of it a lot. That's a purpose. You are specifically building a precision rifle, or you may just be building it, even though it's not a specific reason. A general purpose rifle or a home defense rifle can be fit into a lot of different can be fit in with a lot of different interchangeable parts. If all you care about doing is shooting between 0 and 300, a 16-inch or 14.5 with a red dot and magnifier or an ACOG is going to do you well. It's about all you need in most situations like that. Now, how do you build with a purpose? Well, you have to figure out what your 90% is. And I'm going to do a shout out to Bruiser Joe from Bruiser Industries. Really nice fellow. I've talked to him plenty of times on Instagram. Wealth of knowledge. And this is something that he very much so harps on, is find your thing that you do a majority of the time. Figure out your longest distances and your most consistent sight lines. Then build your rifle around that. Don't just have a rifle that you think you can go out and do everything with. Don't have an 11.5 with a 2-20, alphateric, a bipod, and just throw a bunch of stuff on it hoping it works. Like I said earlier, most people can get by with a 14.5 pin and well, a red dot, and a magnifier, and a light. That's all you need. Sling as well, obviously. But find your 90% of what you're going to do with it and go build your gun based on that. What's nice about ARs? You can have multiple uppers. You can have your one lower that you have your 14.5 build on, or your 13.7 pin and weld on, that's your general purpose gun, and then you throw an SPR upper on top of it. And now you have a gun you can shoot out to 700 or 800. That's the cool thing about ARs. Or just have multiple guns. I probably won't build an SPR at this point. I'll probably wait and save up and get a bolt gun in 308. Use that. Have a precision / long range rifle setup. The last thing and the most important thing is don't get caught up in the trivial details. I did this for a while. There were certain things that I cared about that were completely unnecessary for the rifle. The main thing that you need to be concerned about is what you are going to do with it and how often you train with it. If you have a gun that you never keep built and you never have consistent and you never train with it, it's not going to be a gun that you're going to be able to shoot well on. The more you go out and shoot, the more you go out and train, the better you'll be. As someone who is not doing a great job of this right now, work gets in the way, just another excuse. I need to get out and shoot more. Probably going to try to do it this weekend, maybe even part of it in the next video. But, so it's kind of one of those things that there's so many details and so many little unnecessary factors that people absolutely... That's a bug. There's so many little factors and details and trivial things people care about that really don't need to care about. Find your 90% purpose, build your gun based upon that, and train with it like crazy. So, I mean, what's next? Like I said, bolt gun will be in the works. Got a lot of stuff to take care of. One of the things I absolutely cannot spill the beans on as of now, but it's very exciting. I'm very happy for it, and it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. You will know about it soon. So that'll have the bolt gun will be coming in. 300 blackout, maybe something that we talk about more often. And then maybe even suppressors. We'll start getting into suppressors. I know that's a thing that a lot of people talk about. It's something that I want to get into, is buying my own suppressor and using it. So thank you for watching the video. I really hope you enjoy it. I'm glad to get back to doing some gun content. Leave in the comments if any of you actually enjoy watching the fishing and regular outdoor stuff too. I enjoy making it, and I really hope there's other people on here that would enjoy watching it on a regular basis. I'm still going to do gun content. I'm still going to make videos about shooting, about Minuteman stuff, about rifles and pistols and training and everything like that. But I'm also someone who likes to go fish. I enjoy bass fishing. I enjoy hunting. I enjoy being outdoors. There are certain things that I can make videos on that not everybody's going to probably enjoy, and I want to see how many people would actually want to watch it. So leave your comments, gripes, hate comments, call me ugly, call me fat, call me stupid. Fine by me. So you guys have a great day. Prepare your hearts and minds for services on Sunday. Good to see you. Have a great night.